Good day, everyone. Welcome to Grade 11 Philosophy Online Class. I'm your teacher, Mrs. Lovely J. Tupal. You can call me Mom Love. So for this module, we're going to discuss intersubjectivity. Okay, so before we're going to start with our module for the second quarter, you're going to learn these things after doing the module. You're going to discuss intersubjectivity and how it defines human interactions and relationships. Number 2, appreciate the talents and contributions to society of differently abled persons and those from the underprivileged sectors of society. And number 3, perform activities that demonstrate the talents of differently abled persons and those from the underprivileged sectors of society. Before we start, as we always do before the lesson, you're going to answer these things as your pre-test. Okay, I'm going to read the question, then you're going to write your answer in your paper. Then I'm going to give the correct answer, then you're going to check your papers. Okay, you're going to answer each question correctly in its corresponding item. You're going to write your answer in a separate sheet of paper or in a long coupon band. You're going to write only the letter of the correct answer. Okay? Number 1. It refers to the unique relationship between distinct subjects. A. Human interaction. B. Intersubjectivity. C. Self-awareness. D. Transcendence. Okay, please answer. Okay. Yes, the correct answer is letter B, intersubjectivity. Number 2. Which of the following allows the person to give himself or herself to others and receive others in his or her life and relate with them? A. Individuality. B. Interiority. C. Shared emotions. D. Social context. The correct answer is B. Interiority. Number 3. Which is considered as a deeper level of self-other interaction? A. Knowledge of the existence of the other. B. Awareness of the self as being seen by others. C. Attentiveness to the surrounding environment. D. Understanding the unique behavior of the others. Please answer. Okay, the correct answer is letter D. Understanding the unique behavior of the others. Okay, number 4. What is the defining characteristic which sets apart human interaction from the interaction of other animals as illustrated in Lesson 1? A. Human freedom. B. Human gaze. C. Human touch. D. Human words. Yes, the correct answer is letter B. Human gaze. Okay, number 5. What is the term used to describe a situation where an individual presents himself or herself in a certain way when dealing with others? A. Mirroring. B. Performing. C. Pretending. D. Seeming. The correct answer is letter D. Seeming. Okay, number 6. A deeper and more genuine interaction is called blank. Letter A, awareness. B, conversation. Letter C, dialogue. Letter D, interiority. Please answer. The correct answer is letter C, dialogue. Okay, number 7. How does authentic or genuine relationship occur between two individuals? A. When the self realizes that the other is a unique individual. B. When two individuals begin to view each other as an other. C. When they acknowledge each other as distinct individual. And D. All of the above. Okay, the answer is letter D, all of the above. Number 8. Which of the following statements about dialogue is correct? A. Dialogue is confined to words. B. Dialogue is exactly similar to conversation. C. Only beings with inner life can engage in a dialogue. Letter D. It is possible to have a dialogue with material object. The correct answer is letter C. Only beings with an inner life can engage in a dialogue. Which situation below clearly illustrates dialogue? A. Asking a bystander for direction. B. Talking about politics with a stranger. C. Seeking for forgiveness from a parent. D. Inquiring on goods from a storekeeper. The correct answer is letter C. Seeking for forgiveness from a parent. Number 10. Which of these statements indicate that the speaker is ready to engage in a genuine dialogue? A. I tend to ignore strangers. B. I wish you were gone. C. I always treat people with respect. D. I think my idea is always better. The correct answer is letter C. I always treat people with respect. It refers to an important aspect of intersubjectivity that enables us to experience another person's emotions. A. Alienation. B. Availability. C. Dialogue. D. Empathy. The correct answer is letter D. Empathy. Number 12. Which of the following circumstances depicts empathy? A. Laughing at the mistakes or shortcomings of others. B. Feeling a friend's grief over the death of a loved one. C. Calling intellectually challenged classmates as lazy students. D. All of the above. Please answer. The correct answer is letter B. Feeling a friend's grief over the death of a loved one. Number 13. It refers to the willingness of a person to be present and be at the disposal of another. A. Alienation. B. Availability. C. Dialogue. D. Empathy. The correct answer is letter B. Availability. Number 14. What is the ethics of care? Letter A. It encourages individuals to help others, especially the vulnerable. Letter B. It emphasizes the moral dimension of relationship and interactions. Letter C. It emphasizes our moral obligation to respond to the needs of others. And letter D. All of the above. Please answer. The correct answer is letter D. All of the above. Number 15. What is alienation in the context of human interaction? A. Viewing people positively. B. Considering the other people as mere objects. C. Regarding others as distinct and authentic persons. Letter D. Believing that human actions are governed by selflessness. The correct answer is letter B. Considering the other people as mere objects. Letter B. True or false? Write the word true if the statement is correct and write false if the statement is wrong. Okay, are you ready? Okay, number 16. We have to accept that people have different views and beliefs from us. Is it true or false? Yes, the correct answer is true. Number 17. Differently abled persons share with the same dignity with all people. The correct answer is true. Number 18. The act of giving must be done in the spirit of mutual respect. The correct answer is yes, true. Number 19. We help those in need to feel a lot better about ourselves. It is false. Number 20, last number. Reflecting on our own interactions with others foster positive relationship. The correct answer is true. Okay. Now, please count the number of your correct answer and indicate that in your paper. Okay. So, are you ready to learn? For our lesson 1 in module 6, Intersubjectivity, the most essential learning competency that you must learn is realize that intersubjectivity requires accepting differences and not imposing on others. Okay, for our review, again, what is freedom? Based from the knowledge you had learned from the previous module, please write your answer in your paper. Okay, for activity 1, I want you to think of the people you encounter every day. And after thinking the name of those people, I want you to identify the person to whom you are most likely to say the following statement. You're going to write their names on the blank. So in this activity, you are going to copy the statement, and after copying the statement, you're going to write the name of the person you want to ask those questions. Okay? Okay, first one, how are you today? Who is the first name that you want to ask in this question? Number 2, did you hear the latest news? Number 3, I just came back from a party last night. What do you think I should do with my life? Next, I appreciate everything you have done for me. And next, without you, my life will have no meaning. Wow. Okay, so after writing those names and copying those questions or those statements, you're going to answer the following question. Okay. So the question, you do not need to copy. You are just going to write your answer after those names in this activity. Okay, number 1. What sets apart the people whom you are close to from the casual acquaintances in your life? Meaning, what makes different from the people that you have encountered just in your life or those who you are close to? Okay, number 2, who are the people that you consider the easiest to relate to? Meaning, those people that you are easy to confide, easy to talk, you make fun of them, You share your secret with them. Who are they? And number 3, whom do you find difficult to get along with? Who are the people naman that are hard to be with? They are difficult to talk to, difficult to share your secrets and your dreams. You have hard time to talk with them. Who are they? And number 4, what is the importance of having a meaningful relationship to you? Okay, so I want you to answer all of that question honestly. Okay? Let us discuss. I know that all of you knows that Filipinos in general love to watch drama on TV. Perhaps you will agree that ang Provinciano becomes so popular not just because it is an action-packed soap opera, but also because it is filled with a lot of discussions about relationships or interpersonal relation that all of us can easily relate to. So, we laughed, cried, felt threatened, grieved, loved, hope, rejoiced, together with Lola Flora, Cardo, Aliana, and the rest of characters. Am I right? Okay, yes, of course. When they laugh, we also laugh. When they cried, we also cried. So that's you are Filipino. Okay, so the word interpersonal is made from the combination of the following word. Letter A, enter, which it is a prefix which means between. Letter B, person, which means human or individual. And letter C, all, a suffix which means pertaining to or having the character of. A personal is a word we use in describing interaction or, in short, pakikipag-ugnayan, pakikipag-halubilo sa kapwa or between people. In philosophy, interpersonal relations refer to interactions that exist between the self, ako, and the other, which means lahat na nakasalamuha mo, maging tao man yan o bagay. Now, can you recall some instances of interpersonal relations that you have experienced so far? Describe your most unforgettable experience of pakikihalubilo. This question can be answered by you personally. So you can reflect with yourself while we are discussing the lesson. Or in Tagalog, magmuni-muni kayo sa mga tanong para makarelate kayo sa ating lesson. The interaction between the self and the other is related to the philosophical concept of intersubjectivity. Similar to the word interpersonal, the word intersubjectivity is also comprised of 3 groups of letters and or words, namely A, inter, meaning again, this is a prefix which means between. B, subject, this refers to a person or thing that is being discussed with. And et, a suffix used to form nouns which expresses state or condition. Yes, we can conclude that intersubjectivity means a condition of relationship between subjects or person. Meaning, intersubjectivity is a relationship between person or between other and yourself. If I relate with a friend, for example, and he or she relates back to me, meaning there is an intersubjectivity because there is an relationship that happened. Philosophically, this means that When the self recognizes the other and the other recognizes the self, intersubjectivity happens. So meaning intersubjectivity, pakikihilabilo, pakikisama are when you, yourself, and the other person have relationship. They recognize each other. Okay? Get its meaning, study the excerpt from the song Awitin Mo at Isasayaw Ko by VST and Company below. This goes like this. Ang isang pag-ibig ay parang lansangan na pandalawahan, kaya't sa ating awit tayo ay magbigayan. Ta-na-na. Okay nang magtuloy at pagpasensyahan nyo na si ma'am kasi hindi maganda yung boses. So, can you determine which line of the stanza above talks about intersubjectivity? Why do you say so? And you can also view this song in YouTube. So, you can understand more about this song. So, yes, correct. The stanza above that talks about intersubjectivity is lansangan na pandalawahan, kaya sa ating awit tayo ay magbigayan. So, this song relate intersubjectivity. Intersubjectivity also carries the meaning of a unique relationship between separate individual or subject. Take note, unique relationship between separate individual. When you say separate individual, they do not know each other, but then because of this relationship, they develop a good and meaningful relationship. When we say unique, we are referring to the relationship that a human person may experience when he or she engage in a very intimate and personal relationship with others. And when we say intimate, it's not only happening between two opposite sex like boyfriend and girlfriend. You can also have an intimate relationship with a friend, with your parents, with your best friend, and with some other important person in your life. For example, loves other, he or she gives himself or herself to them and at the same time receives them into his or her life and vice versa. So they are open to each other. This mutual self-giving and receiving becomes possible because of the person's inner life or interiority, meaning panloob na buhay, where his or her thoughts, feelings, inner struggles, reaction, and the like resides. So, meaning you have very intimate relationship, and with that, you have that interiority. You share your inner dreams that you cannot share with others. That's what we call interiority. You share your thoughts, your feelings, your struggles, your reaction that you are shy to share with those casual acquaintances. But those person you are intimate with, you can easily share those feelings to them because you trusted them and you have a good relationship and meaningful relationship with them. Usually this happens to a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, husband and wife, and of course must be experienced by parent, daughter, and son. And also some instances in a teacher and a student. I believe that there is someone in your life, like what I say, a parent, friend, or a mentor whom you feel very close with. Maybe because of this closeness, both of you are able to share to each other your inner thoughts and feelings without any reservation. How does it feel then to understand and be understood by someone? Do you feel better? Do you feel loved? Do you feel good? How does it feel then to love and be loved in return by this person? Their subjectivity or the self other interaction comes in two levels, which are a first level. This refers to the simple awareness of the self about the existence of the other. Like this in this drawing. In the first, you are indeed in the illustration, he is aware or she is aware that there is another person aside from him or her. And letter B, deeper level, this refers to the awareness of the self as being seen by others. So in letter B, you are conscious that you are seen by other people. So what are the difference between the two? Actually, you have constantly experienced these two levels of interaction in your life. For instance, as you are reading or you are watching this video, you have noticed that there are people who are passing by your house. In an instant, you have become aware of the presence of these people who are both similar and different from you in many aspects. This noticing or becoming aware of the presence of others already illustrate the first level of self-other interaction. So when you notice that there are other person aside from you, that is the first level. But then, suppose that one of them suddenly stop and look straight at you in the eyes, automatically you will become aware that this person is also conscious of your own presence as a person. So that interaction is already a deeper level of interaction. Okay? Subjectivity is a unique relationship between distinct subjects. It refers to the characteristics of the human person to engage in a very intimate and personal relationship with others who are different from him or her but who are also like him or her. So when we say intersubjectivity, you allow that person to become closer to you even you are different in many ways. In every social interaction, persons have the ability to agree and cooperate with each other. There is also the experience of shared or common knowledge and shared emotions such as grief, joy, and love. Imagine the person is not a stranger but someone familiar, a family member, a friend, even your class. This awareness of the person staring at you would initially result in a feeling of self-consciousness, even shame. In fact, several questions will begin to run in your head, such as, oh no, what is he or she thinking when she looks at me? Am I doing something wrong? Is there something wrong with the way I look, with my hair, with my face? Is she about something to say to me? Oh, di ba? Yan yung mga tanong that you are asking in your mind. Unique phenomenon of the human gaze is considered a defining characteristic which sets apart human interaction from the interaction of other species. So, because of our human gaze or in Tagalog, sa tingin pa lang nagkakaintindihan na this make us different from other organisms. Also, awareness of the self in the other is an important element in all other aspects of interpersonal interactions. The way we act with other people is often influenced by our ideas of how these people see us. Therefore, if we have the idea that our parents think of us as quiet and obedient, we often act the way with them. However, when we are with our friends and we also think that they see us as outgoing and boisterous, we also adjust our behavior to conform with how we think they expect to us. Am I correct? Yes, of course. You behave differently with your parents and with your barkada. This is also true when considering social context. How we behave in church is different from our behavior in a lively party. Of course, if you go to church, you show respect. You are not so noisy, but when you go to a party, of course, you are very noisy. You become wild. Actions are referred to as seeming. What is seeming? When an individual presents himself or herself in a certain way when dealing with others. Person take on roles or act out character when dealing with certain people or when are in certain situation. Meaning, they adjust how they react or act in front of different people. This is considered as an unconscious natural act on the part of humans. How do you act with your friend, with your parents, with your boyfriend, with your close friend, with your student, with your teacher is different. However, there may be instances when people behave a certain way in order to intentionally deceive or manipulate other people. And this is the different thing. To intentionally deceive or manipulate other people. Let us find out how. Seeming may behave in two forms. A. Positive seeming. The pleasant behavior we showed when we are in a sacred place or in the presence of a very important person, like our boss, like our parents, we behave differently. While negative seeming being plastic or safe or when expressing manipulative behavior to promote selfish interest. This negative seeming is the way we act to a certain people because we have some hidden agenda, like we show them that we are a very good and nice people because we want some promotion or want some gifts like that. So that is negative seeming. Positive seeming is those behavior that you showed in certain people that you don't have a hidden agenda at all. So for our what's more, for activity 2, love notes for my loves. Wow! Ayi! Nakakakilig! So you're going to prepare a love note to someone you love or to whom you are attracted with using the guide question below. Do this in a long coupon bond with design or in a stationery paper. The fragrance paper with design and images used by your parents in writing a love note to their loved ones before. And of course, hindi ako iba dito kasi na-experience ko yon na ako ay sinulatan ng aking tutor nung ako ay high school sa stationery paper. So, ganun din po ako. Dahil hindi na siya uso ngayon, pwede kayong gumawa ng sarili nyong stationery paper. You can create a design of your own in a coupon bond and a long coupon bond, or you can print out from the internet. So it depends on you on how you will be creative and how you are going to make love notes and how you're going to make a stationery paper. And this is very important. You should pass this output or activity. After doing your love notes, these are the guide question. What does he or she brings to your life physically, emotionally, spiritually? You're going to write him how he affects or she affects you physically, emotionally, spiritually, etc. Parang naalala ko nun, their blank. Una pa lang kitang nakilala ay nabighanin agad ako sa iyong mga mata. Sa iyong mga ngiti pa lang ay hindi na ako makatulog. Yung mga ganon. Ganon dati. Pero sabi niyo mga baduy. Pero syempre sa inyo, millennial, bahala kayo kung papaano niyo express yung emotion niyo. I know, hindi na kayo sanay para dyan dahil text, chat na lang. Pero dito, letter, meaning formally and in English. Okay? What do you love about her or him? Why? Why do you love her or him? Or why you are attracted with him? And number 3, what are some of the memories or experiences you both share? Okay, so 'di ba napakaganda ng topic na to. Alam ko, lahat kayo makakagawa kasi lahat naman kayo may crush. Diyos ko, sa edad nyo yan. Yung iba nga sa inyo may asawa na. So, you can do this. Okay? Okay, good. The rubrics for making a love note. A love note relates entirely to the assigned topic or issue. Perfect 5, less 4, 3, 2, and lowest is 1. Next, the love note conveys a genuine personal view regarding the topic or issue. Highest is 5, lowest is 1. The work is original. Or say original, not copied from the internet. 5 is the highest and 1 is the lowest. Okay. So that will be your guide for your log notes that you're going to make. For our next lesson, lesson 6.2, authentic dialogue. For the most important learning competency, you're going to explain that authentic dialogue means accepting others even if they are different from themselves. Activity 1 that you're going to do, titled Complete Me. You're going to complete the conversation below. Write the best reply that you can give inside the dialogue box. No need to copy the drawing. You just put a dialogue box in your paper. Then you are going to write what do you want to reply with the conversation. Like this. Anak, I will never leave you despite your condition. I am very proud of you. You are God's gift, my greatest treasure. I will always walk with you in your struggles. I will bear all the pain because I love you. So, being the son or being the daughter, what are you going to say to your mother? You're going to write that in a dialogue box in your paper. Okay? After answering the question or after doing the reply in your paper, you're going to answer this question. You do not need to copy the question. Just write your answer. Number 1. What thoughts and feelings that you have emerged while you were writing your response on the dialogue box? Meaning, what are the things that you are thinking while you are writing? Why do you write those things to your mother? Number 2, what do you think is the reason why this particular parent utters these words to his or her child? So number 2, why do you think is the reason why mother speak this word to his or her child? And number 3, what can you say about the parent-child relationship as depicted in the conversation? So, meaning, the question number 3, what can you say about the relationship shown in this conversation? Okay? So, you're going to answer these 3 questions honestly. And you're going to pass that together with all the outputs that you're going to pass after 2 weeks. Because all of our modules are good for 2 weeks. Okay? Now, let us discuss. You may not yet forgotten Lily Cruz in the telenovela Wildflower. One of the most striking moments there was when she changed her identity to Ivy Aguas in order to exact revenge to the Argentes. Alala niyo pa ba si Lily Cruz? However, unlike that of Lily, most of our human interactions actually are based not on deception or panlilinlang, but on truth. Because of our dignity and goodness, our interaction are geared toward what is good and beneficial. This deeper and more genuine interaction is called dialogue. Okay, so kapag deeper na at genuine, totoo, walang halong panliling lang, yung interaction na yun, ang tawag dyan ay dialogue. Okay? Okay. What characterizes a genuine human interaction? Most human interaction, however, are not based on deception like what I say. Since our human nature drive us to uphold dignity and goodness, our interaction with others are also geared toward what is good and beneficial. This leads humans to strive to achieve deeper and more substantial interaction and relation with other people. So, sinabi nga natin, deeper and more genuine interaction is dialogue. And this made possible when the self realizes that the other is a genuine and unique individual. You cannot make a genuine interaction if other person is not genuine or unique to you. When I say genuine, they are not trustworthy. Genuine meaning trustworthy person, loyal. Those are trustworthy person who always loyal to you and honest. When two individuals begin to view each other as that is truly acknowledging each other's presence. Then that is the beginning of an authentic relationship and a dialogue. So we can get or we can see or we can show this authentic relationship to a mother and his son. This is a mother who would protect her only child with her life. Even so, one cultivate a boundless love toward all beings. Diba? So, genuine relationship yung mother and son. Dialogue is an interaction between person that happens through speech or the use of words, expression in body language. So you can make a dialogue, even not just a word, but through expression, body language, through your care, through your sympathy, whatever. The person is a being who is open to others and is capable of receiving others in a dialogue. Whenever a person speaks, he or she expresses a personal interiority. We say interiority, personal emotion, thinking, thoughts, dreams, and communicates this part of himself or herself to another person. This is the reason why it is not possible to have a dialogue with a material object, a plant, or even a pet. Kasi yung mga plants or pet, hindi sila nagsasalita back. But then, it will really help a person na mahilig sa plants or pet. Nakaka-release kasi yun ng stress, like me. Sa hindi niyo po natatanong, I'm a certified plantita and pet lover din po ako. So, nakakapag wala siya ng stress during whole day work at school. Pagdating mo sa bahay, nandun yung dog mo na nilalambing ka. Makita mo yung mga plants mo, so nakakawala ng stress kahit walang dialogue na nangyayari. All beings with interiority or an inner life can engage in a dialogue. What does this mean? This means that you can engage in a dialogue if a certain people open up his inner life with you. Person words, expressions, gestures, and body language become the means by which he is able to express a part of himself to another person. The way you laugh, you talk, you caress, you look at each other, you say words to each other. That's part of dialogue. Apart from expressing and conveying oneself, the person is also capable of receiving the words, thoughts, emotion, and ideas of another person. The dialogue, therefore, becomes a means by which a person are able to share in each other's lives. And when every relationship have this genuine dialogue, it will last forever because they understand each other deeper. The notion of a dialogue becomes clearer when we reflect on the nature of our conversation with other people. The conversation you have with casual acquaintances are different from those with people who are closest to you. Diba? Casual conversation, ito yung nagdi-discuss ka ng mga news or occurrences. Uy, nangyari sa ganito, lumindol. O yan, casual conversation. Conversation with friends, family, and loved ones. Comfortable, discussing more personal issue like life goal, emotional problem, moral dilemma, like, kamusta ka na? Ano nangyari sa'yo? Okay ka lang ba? Yan. You will not engage a random stranger on the street in a conversation about whether or not you should give up your ambition in life for the welfare of your family. Tama, di ba? May nakita ang kapitbahay, hindi mo na, uy, kuya, ayokong i-give up yung pagiging doktor ko kasi gusto ng nanay ko maging teacher ako. So, hindi mo pwedeng kausapin yon. You can talk to your friend or your parents. Instead, you will seek out a person whom you consider most trustworthy and reliable to listen to your thought and concern para magkaroon kayo ng interiority and dialogue and also intersubjectivity. Okay? A dialogue occurs when two persons open up to each other and give and receive one another in their encounter. So, yun yung tinatawag na genuine dialogue of awareness of each other, presence as a true person and defined by the acceptance of each other uniqueness and differences. You accept each other, their uniqueness and being different. So, for what's more, you're going to make a poster On creating dialogue. You are going to create a poster that will represent your idea on dialogue. Use as many colors, symbols, and signs to make your poster more meaningful and relevant to the topic. Write a short explanation, 1 to 3 sentences, at the bottom of your work or at the back of your work. Do this in a long coupon band or in an envelope paper or in a 1/4 size white cartolina. So, kapag ginawa nyo to, poster lang po sa harap at pwedeng gumawa kayo ng explanation sa ibang paper, okay? Para pwedeng ma-exhibit yung mga work nyo. Kasi kung nakapunta kayo dito sa classroom, kung makikita nyo mga exhibit dito ng magagandang poster na gawa ng mga dating student. So, ganun ang gagawin nyo. Do this as colorful as you can. Kailangan colorful para pagkakita, ay alam na agad yung meaning. Okay? Okay, you can use coloring materials like what we are using, the coloring one. What we call that, the color that we are using, the pastel, oil pastel, maybe watercolor, yan, yung mga colorful materials. The rubrics. The poster made by you is relevant. Relevant, ano ba yung topic natin? Dialogue. Yan. The highest is 5, lowest is 1. The student work convey a deep personal reflection about the topic. So, pag sinabi ng deep personal reflection, how do you understand the topic? And mag-show yun, maipapakita yun sa inyong poster. The highest is 5, lowest is 1. And work is creatively done and neat. So, syempre, pag neat, maganda, walang masyadong dumi, creative. Okay? So, this is your guide. This is the basis on how you will be graded. Okay? See you again next week for the continuation of the lesson in your module. Lesson 3 and 4. Okay. For that, goodbye and have a nice day to all.